Animated films starring... ... Animated film starring, Richard.
Xander's about to show you the names of 6 actors. We're looking for the name of any animated feature film made for cinema release in which any of these actors received a credit, please. As always, no TV films or anything like that. So any animated feature films made for cinema release. And we're looking for the title as it was released in the UK, please.
OK, so this board will remain up for the whole round. There'll be 6 actors. They'll be there right the way up and all the way back down the line. So we won't be changing the board halfway through, just so you know that. Well, let's put those 6 actors up, and here are their names. Brad Pitt, Jack Black, Johnny Depp, Mike Myers, Tom Hanks, Robin Williams. I'll read them again. Brad Pitt, Jack Black, Johnny Depp, Mike Myers, Tom Hanks, Robin Williams. Now, remember, we are looking for any animated film for which any of these actors received a credit for a voice performance. Now, Anne.
Well, this isn't a good round, to be honest. I'm going to have to totally guess. So I'm going to say Toy Story.
Toy Story. OK, Anne says Toy Story. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It's right. 59. 59 for Toy Story.
Yeah, it's a big score. It's not 100, though, so it could be a lot worse. Yeah, Tom Hanks was, of course, Woody in that film. He recorded all of his dialogue during recording breaks in Sleepless in Seattle and League of Their Own.
Luke, now, this surely plays into your hands, doesn't it?
Yes. I'm not a big fan of the animated films so much. I could name a lot of the ones where their real faces are in them. But I've got one that I think is slightly more obscure. Return of Jafar, Robin Williams.
Return of Jafar. Return of Jafar. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Return of Jafar. Oh, bad luck, Luke. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, scoring you the maximum of 100 points.
Sorry, Luke, straight to video, that film, and also none of those 6 were in it, even though you may think one of them was. Someone sounding like one of them was in it, but it wasn't him.
Thanks very much. Now, Barbara. Barbara, how do you feel about this?
I know a couple. Staying on the same theme, Aladdin.
Aladdin, says Barbara. Aladdin, let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said it. Absolutely right. 28. Good answer, Barbara. 28 for Aladdin.
Well played, Barbara. Yeah, Robin Williams playing the Blue Genie. And that's the thing, Luke. Return of Jafar was it was a straight-to-DVD follow-up of that, and it was actually Dan Castellaneta from The Simpsons who provided the voice in the second one. It wasn't Robin Williams.
Thanks very much indeed. So we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores as they stand. 28, the lowest score there. Well done, Barbara. Then up to 59, where we find Anne and John, and Luke and Hannah on 100. Bad luck. That's a good 100. That's a 100 that we like because you took a risk, and that was really bad luck. But I'm afraid you are still the high scorers. So, Hannah, a little bit of pressure on you in this next pass. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we are looking for any animated film for which any of these actors received a credit for a voice performance. Laura, you're on 28. The high scorers are Hannah and Luke on 100. If you can score 71 or less, you are in the head-to-head.
I'm having a bit of a debate with myself because I definitely know a very obvious one, and I know one that I know a few that I haven't seen, I think, and I just don't know whether to go with those. And I actually think I might, so I'm going to go for Kung Fu Panda, Jack Black.
Kung Fu Panda, says Laura. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Kung Fu Panda. There's your red line. It's right. And you are through to the next round. 29 for Kung Fu Panda. Takes your total up to 57.
Yep, safe and sound. He plays the Kung Fu Panda himself, Po.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Hannah. Hannah, what we need from you is a very low score.
I know quite a few of them. It's just trying to decide which to go for. I think I'm going to go for The Corpse Bride, Johnny Depp.
The Corpse Bride, says Hannah. The Corpse Bride. No red line for you as you're the high scorers, but let's see how far down the column The Corpse Bride takes us. Absolutely right. Very well done, Hannah. 10 for The Corpse Bride. The best score of the round so far.
Giving yourself a chance there, Hannah. Well played. Yeah, Johnny Depp, as you say, in that Tim Burton film.
OK, and John, finally you. What are you going to go for? The high scorers are Hannah and Luke on 110. If you can score 50 or less, you are through to the next round.
Yeah. I'm not as happy with this as the poets, really. So when it started off, I could only think of Aladdin and Shrek. So I'm going to go with Shrek.
You're going to say Shrek. OK, here comes your red line. If you get below that red line, you are through to the next round. Let's see. Is Shrek right? And if it is, how many people said it? It is right. Oh, 55 for Shrek takes your total up to 114.
Yeah, tough luck. It is Mike Myers, but too many points. Funnily enough, if you'd followed Anne's lead and just said Toy Story 2 or Toy Story 3, you'd have been very, very safely through to the next round. Toy Story 2 would have scored you 19 and Toy Story 3 would have scored you 17. In fact, Shrek 2 would have scored you 14 and Shrek the Third would have scored you 5. So there's some low scorers out there, so that's tough luck, but very, very good news for podium 2 there. There's no pointless answers at all. I'll show you the lowest answers you could have got. That would have been Brad Pitt was in Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. Shrek Forever After would have scored you 2. That's Mike Myers, of course. And Robin Williams was in Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. A few other low scorers. Tom Hanks, The Polar Express would have scored you 9. Robin Williams in Happy Feet would have scored you 5, and in Robots would have scored you 8. Both of those would have been very good answers. Johnny Depp, we've had the best answer already, Corpse Bride. Very well played. Jack Black, his best answer would have been Shark Tale or Ice Age. Both of those would have scored you 4 points. And Brad Pitt, Megamind would have scored you 6 as well, would have been a good answer. Let's take a look at the worst answers now, the top 3 scorers. We've just heard a couple of them, I'm afraid. In fact, we've heard all 3 of them, because Kung Fu Panda was 3rd, 29. And there we go, Shrek and Toy Story up the top there. Punishingly high scores, I'm afraid.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our second round, I'm afraid the pair will be leaving us with their high score of 114. It's John and Anne. I'm really sorry, that was tough. That was really tough. But, yes, exactly, had you gone for sequels, we'd be saying goodbye to Luke and Hannah. I'm really sorry.
That was my reserve.
Yeah.
If Hannah went for Shrek, I was going Shrek 2, but
oh, well.
it didn't happen.
We will see you again next time. We'll look forward to that very much indeed. Meantime, thanks very much for playing, John and Anne.